Hello, and welcome to another edition of The Emotions Expert. I'm John Rushton. One of the things that people mention quite frequently is about reliability. And we all know what reliability is or isn't. We hate things when they break down, and we hate people when they're late and they let us down and whatever. But it's something which is quite intrinsic to our lives, reliability. We actually live and breathe and work on reliability, things happening. We like our phones to work, we like our TVs to work, we like our washing machines and tumble dryers and dishwashers to work. We like all our gadgets to work. We like things in our cars to work. When we go away into a hotel or something, we like whatever is there to work. And if it doesn't work, we get annoyed. And if we're on an aircraft and the audio system doesn't work or the seatback TV doesn't work, we get annoyed. It ruins it for us for a period of time. It may not be a great thing, but nevertheless, if it's supposed to work, it should work. And if it doesn't, we get very, very annoyed and grumpy, and it ruins a section of our life because we allow it to do so. However, taken away from all of that, there are people around us who we rely on, or people around us who we respect to some extent, and we have friends and relatives, and we give possibly a little bit more leeway to relatives than we do to some friends. It depends if they're acquaintances we call friends, or deep friends which we love dearly. But regardless of all that, it's reliability. If we go somewhere and we're meeting our friends, we expect everybody to be there. Okay, I know sometimes transport hinders and we can be a few minutes late, or there can be a breakdown or a crash or something of that nature which actually is above and beyond our leeway time-wise, and it hinders us. But some people are perpetually late. And they make an issue of that, and they're quite arrogant about it. Oh, I'm always late. Oh, I don't know what happens. I just can't seem to make it on time. I'm always late. Oh, I tried my best and I got delayed by Martians kidnapping me. I got delayed by people from Venus blocking the road. I got delayed by marches and strikes. I got delayed by storms and tempests and tsunamis. They have an excuse every time why they are late. Yet other people who live further away, a more tortuous route, are always on time. They're always there. You get to your meeting point and one or two people are forever always there. They go through whatever they go through. If they've got to be an hour late, an hour early rather, as opposed to 5 minutes late, they will be an hour early. They make sure that they get there. They make sure that they are on time. They make sure that what may happen or whatever transpires, they are going to be there. They're going to give themselves leeway, plenty of time to do whatever they need to do. And it's important that we all look at things like that. When we go to meetings, we don't always arrive in a hot sweat and, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm late, I was delayed, this happened, that happened. But why does it always happen to those people? And why doesn't it happen to others? Or if it happens to others, why is it that they've given themselves more leeway, more time, more of this? Now, being late can happen, as I've mentioned, to anyone. There are things which happen way above our control, even our time limits, our gaps, our sort of soft time we have, some we can work into to give ourselves some leeway. But those who make it late always sort of go on, well, it takes me 5 minutes to get here, 6 minutes to get there, 20 minutes to get there, and they leave it at that every time, and every time there's something wrong. Something happens, something they never sort of put into the equation, a buffer zone. They never do anything of that sort. And even if you're going out for a meal and you can wait for people to some people always have to meet at the restaurant because they can't meet where you want to go because they're late. And they always sort of filter in late in a hot fluster. Oh, sorry, sorry. Oh. Some dramatic entrance. It's not right. You don't need these people in your life, even if they're nice people, and I'm not saying anything wrong with them. They can be very good, kind people, but they perpetually let you down. They do not respect the time limit. They respect what they want to do in their time limit, and you come down the line. Because if you didn't come down the line, they would never be perpetually late. They would have actually formulated what they need to do in that period of time for you to actually get there and to buffer the comfort zone and to everything else. And so it's important that you look at people in your life around you, that you make sure that it doesn't matter even if it's not a late issue, it's some issue. There's always something wrong with them. And when they get to the restaurant, it's a bit hot. Oh, it's cool in here. Oh, it's a bit dark. Oh, look at this. Oh, do you think that? And it's this perpetual sort of aimless rambling on of something. They're not satisfied with where they are. And that's not been to say you've got to be complacent and take everything sort of lying down and not challenge anything. But you've also got to look at the whole picture. Is it the group of people you are with that you're enjoying, or are you there to make sort of comment on everything around you, including what's at the table, what's around you, what's in the restaurant, other people and things like that? If you have a bad meal but good company, you haven't had a bad evening, you've had quite a good evening. Yeah, okay, the food may not have been as good as you expected, but you've had a really good evening. You've enjoyed a communion with the people around you. You've enjoyed the crack, as they say in Ireland. You enjoyed the understanding of people, the harmony, the kudos, the love, the warmth, the laughter, the bickering, everything. You've enjoyed it. It's been very, very good. And similarly, when people don't respect you, they're stopping that equilibrium happening. They're actually being late, and everybody's, oh, look at so-and-so. She's always late. Always an excuse. Or he's late or whatever. Don't let that happen. Just select the people around you who are predominantly on time, on cue, on ball, on with you. You're going to really harmonize with them and enjoy the evening. So when the odd time happens that they're late, you know that it is the odd time and something dramatic has happened to them or their journey for them to not be on time. Make sure that you understand this from the people. Don't keep putting up with people time and time and time. Say, oh, when you get to know them, they're quite funny, they're quite nice people, but the strain and the stress subliminally before and afterwards is not very good, because even when they're going home, they will have a problem and they will tell you about the problem. They will say, oh, guess what happened to me going home? Don't tell me it's the same Martians that kidnapped you on the way in that got you on the way out as well. And you don't want to know all this. It's dull, it's boring, it's facile, it's of no consequence anymore. It's all sort of regurgitating the same thing. Make sure that you are reliable, you're on time for your interviews, you're on time for your appointments, you're on time for the airline, you're well in good time, you're not dashing up to the gate at the last minute in a hot sweat, and you've got all your papers in one bag and your passport in another bag and your money in another bag. Make sure you're cool, calm and collect. Make sure this is for you. You're doing this for you. And in a default situation, you're doing it for everybody around you too. It'll harmonize better with your life and everybody else's life. And you'll find life will be far more simpler if you just take control of who you are, where you are, and what you are doing.